Hello everyone, it's Ego. Today we're going to be covering my little unscripted guide on how to get geared before Wrath. So we're going to go through a couple things, why gear is important, best way that I find to get gear. This is only going to cover one way, there's a lot of ways to do it. I plan to make a separate guide about, purely boosted toons and what to do in general, not just gear, with a boosted toon. Now, a lot of you watch my videos are not actually subscribed to the channel, so if you'll do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps me keep me motivated, and I like to bring content like this when I see you guys enjoy it. So if you'll do that, hit it below, and thanks again everyone for all the support. Let's get right into the video. So why is it important to have gear going into Wrath of the Lich King? Well, that's quite simple, to make your leveling experience that much easier. If you don't have gear, you're going to be struggling to fight mobs, you're going to be struggling to do damage in dungeons, it's not going to be a great time, it's going to take you a really long time, you're going to die a lot, it's just not going to be that fun. So having gear is going to be important to allow yourself to advance quickly through the zones and get to 80 as quick as possible. Now, the way that I'm going to show you to get gear is actually quite a simple way. It doesn't require you to really do any raids, doesn't require you to do any dungeons. It's going to be just straight up grinding, but it is an efficient way to get gear for your boosted toons, for your newly leveled toons, and it's the way that I'm going to be getting geared up on my toons before Wrath. So without further ado, let's get into that part, the actual gearing process and how I will be gearing for Wrath. So as I'm sure many of you have already guessed, just by being in the channel for a while, the way that I plan to gear all my toons is PvP. So grinding those honor points, getting that PvP gear, because from what I'm hearing and from what I've looked at, heard, I've asked many people, they've said that the PvP gear is basically the equivalent of the Sunwell Plateau gear. As far as stats goes, it's the closest thing you can get without actually having to step into a raid. So I'm gonna take their word for it. And not only that, but I've also just done a little bit of experimenting myself, having geared up my rogue through PvP. It's been great when it comes to the new Scourge Invasion event and everything like that. It's definitely been a big help. So my favorite battlegrounds to grind the honor in is definitely going to be Arathi and Alterac. Those are the two that I definitely enjoy. Primarily though, regardless of the battleground that I'm looking at, the Call to Arms is typically the one that I really go for. The reason why is because you get that just the extra rewards in the Call to Arms. Now, Eye of the Storm is good, I really enjoy it. The only one that I would tend to avoid is Warsong Gulch. The reason why is because it has a 30-minute timer and you can get turtled very easily. Though Alterac is the exact same thing, you have a chance of being a turtle game. If that happens, it's unfortunate. You can decide whether to leave or whether to stay in. Now, a lot of people tend to avoid Arathi and Eye of the Storm and just strictly go Alterac, but honestly, like I said, there's a chance of having the turtling in Alterac, whether it be by your hand or whether it be by the enemy's hand. People have a chance to turtle. So Arathi Basin and Eye of the Storm don't have that turtling aspect. They're not going to be drawn out games. One team is going to win whether you like it or not. It may take a little bit longer, but there's not that chance of having that large turtle like you'll experience in Alterac Valley. So Eye of the Storm and Arathi Basin, I find, are reliable ways to continuously get honor, but Alterac will definitely be the higher payout. Especially because it's Call to Arms. That's a big one, so I'll be grinding some of that myself. But again, I would avoid Warsong Gulch. That's just purely because of the fact that the time that it'll take you to finish that game is very inconsistent. So if you're wanting to have a consistent stream of honor, Arathi Basin, Eye of the Storm, and Alterac Valley are going to be your best friends. But like I said, I'm going to repeat it again because a lot of people are so adamant on Alterac, but I just purely out of the experience that I've had, it is a hit or miss. Because if it turtles, then you're just spending who knows how long in there waiting for the reinforcements to get down. So Eye of the Storm, Arathi Basin, and Alterac are my go-tos. Avoid Warsong Gulch. So those are the ways that I'm going to be getting the honor through Battlegrounds. Now there are a couple other ways to get honor. which I will actually mention right now, is going to be the daily quest. So the daily quest is located in Stonebreaker Hold. For those of you who didn't know, this timer is actually for the spirit towers. So every, I believe it is 6 hours, it'll reset, and you can actually grab this lovely daily quest here, which will give you a small little boost of honor. But you know what, even if it looks small, it's still extra free honor, because all you have to do is accept the quest, fly over to one of the towers over here, which are located on your map if you have Questy, which is an add-on I highly recommend, especially for anybody who is coming in to World of Warcraft after a long time of not playing. Get Questy, it'll help you in your questing by marking your objectives all around the map. These towers right here will reset and they will go to neutral, kind of like in Eye of the Storm, and all you have to do is have your PvP flag enabled, player versus player enable, and of course, you know, be on the ground and all that stuff. And then once the timer hits 0, it'll reset, your quest will be populated, and you go back to the quest giver and you'll be able to cash it in for some extra honor. And the last little extra piece of honor that I typically get is from the Call to Arms daily quest. So for this time, it's Call to Arms Arathi Basin. You get a little bit of gold and you get 838 honor points extra. So this is a great way to just get that extra little bit of honor while doing a battleground that you're already going to be doing a grind. So this is a daily quest that you can do alongside the Spirits of Auchindoun quest for the tower. Again, a great little extra bit of honor. So now we're going to move on to the gear pricing. Alright, and here we are. So now we're going into the Hall of Legends on my DK, who's about to be level 70. Super excited for that. So you're going to go into the Outland Armor Quartermaster. This is where you're going to find all of your PvP gear that you're going to be using coming into Wrath of the Lich King if you're going to follow this guide. So weapons, when you're looking at two-hander weapons, are going to be 19,000 honor. I know it looks daunting, but trust me, when you start going into the grind, you know, you just throw some music on and just grind it out for a little bit, it gets super easy. You'll be there before you know it. So main weapon, 19,000. If you're looking at getting some dual wielders, if you're looking at dual wielding, you're going to be looking at 9,500 and 9,500. So this is going to be your rogues, hunters if you decide to do that, but I believe you're supposed to use a two-hander for hunter. And then of course your crossbow is going to be, or your bow is also going to be 19,000. So moving along here, your offhands, your wands and stuff like that are going to be 5,700. Your shield wall, if you're looking to get resilience rating, shield, whatever, block, 9,500. So moving away from the weapons now, let's move into the actual gear. So for your main pieces, so this is going to be your helmet, your chest, your legs, you're going to be looking at 9,500 as well. For DK, that's what you're going to be looking for, is just getting all these guys here, because we don't actually, fun fact, have tier pieces, but that's a whole other conversation. So again, your helmet, chest, and legs, you're going to be looking at 9,500. Your gloves are going to be 7,600. And then finally, your shoulders are also going to be 7,600. So you're going to be getting a good chunk for DK in this sense. You guys can take a look at your own specific stats. I know Druid has like 3 sets that you can get, but that's because there's like 3 specs that you can go for. But you're going to be getting a decent amount of strength, stamina, and some basic stats like hit, crit, and resil, which is going to definitely help with your survivability. And in this case, armor pen for DKs. You're also going to be getting some set bonuses, you know, a little bit of resilience rating, which again never hurts. That definitely helps keep you alive. And then the strength, just to add to that extra damage. Now, you can't just get the main pieces. You can get other things as well. So you can also go for things like rings. You can go for your neck pieces. You can go for bracers, belts, boots, cloaks, trinkets. There's so much that you can get in the PvP vendor to get you ready to go for Wrath of the Lich King. So your rings are going to be 5,700. Your neck pieces are going to be 5,700. Your bracers are going to be 5,700, along with your cloak. 7,600 for your belt and boots, and then your trinkets are going to be 3,900, close to 4,000. So The trinkets are up to you whether or not you want to get them. I know that you can get some trinkets by doing some questing, or whether you go do a couple dungeons. It's entirely up to you. But I will definitely be getting the rings and stuff like that. Now, if you're not wanting to go for the big guys, so if you don't want to go for the 19,000 honor weapons, they actually did include in Wrath of the Lich King all of the armors in this one vendor. So you can go for the vengeful items as well, which are going to be 17,000. I know it's a little bit less, but if you're wanting to just fast track it and still get some gear, you can still go for the lower value items. This includes the gear. So if you're looking to get some of the accessories and stuff like that, you can go for 6,800 to get your boots and bracers. I don't believe that they have the regular gear, the actual main pieces, but that's fine because the main pieces are not highly priced. But you could get like I said, your accessories through here. So if you're wanting, general plates, belts, it's only 3,800. If you're wanting a cloak, it's only 2,800. Your neck pieces and stuff like that. It's super simple to get. So that right there is a great way to kind of save some of your time. Once you get your main pieces, you can always go for some discount accessories and then jump into some raids if you so desire. But you don't have to. That's the beauty about PvP grinding, is that you don't have to step into a raid. You don't have to step into a dungeon, which is why I'm going to be gearing a lot of my toons like this, because it's a great way to pass the time during the pre-patch, is to just go smack some people with PvP and then get gear. Simple as that. So moving forward, this is what I'm going to be doing with all my toons, especially my DK, because like I said, there's no tier gear. So just to review, get your main pieces and then start grinding out your accessories. And if you want to go for the big items, go for it. If you want to go for the smaller items, they're there, they're available to you, so go ahead and do that. And that's going to be the end of this guide. I really appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend. If you liked the video, be sure to like it. If you dislike it, that's okay too. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. It really does help, and it shows me your support. It's free to do. Go ahead, do it. So if you guys like this guide, let me know down in the comments. I will be making more guides, like I said, for boosted toons, or even, maybe even some DK guides. From my experiences leveling a DK the best way that I did it. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Again, thank you so much for all the support that I've been getting recently. It really means a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything as well, because I'm always open to more feedback. So thanks, guys.